she calmed an angry Septimus down and went to go talk it out with Fearn. Excuse me. Meanwhile, Diana Nettle asked the party what was to be done with the remaining Aradunai. The party decided to let them go free so long as they don't cause any further trouble. She continued to speak with Bruce and Septimus and comfort them. She, too, felt the touch of the Machina. She told the party she was going to stay in Stony Heath and that they were always welcome at her cottage. Saskia was able to get Fearn to agree to speak with Septimus later that night, with her present to settle their disagreement. Both had struck each other in the heat of combat, one with magic and one with a blade. Such conflict can tear a party apart. Saskia sees this, and perhaps afraid to lose her longest friendships yet, she wishes to bring the two back together to heal iron and mana. We ended here with the party victorious, but rather beat up, save our friend Jacquette, who never seems to quite get hit anymore ever since that traumatizing experience with the Wyvern. He's been roguing real good. But something I forgot to mention is he also, there was one cutter who remained, who lived through this fight, and Jacquette held him captive the entire time and questioned him, learned his name was Marcus, and offered him, as he does, a job. Marcus did run away through the mines back towards the direction of his previous allies, but Jacquette made sure to insinuate that his former allies may not like the fact that he's the only survivor from this group and think maybe a bit negatively of his cowardice. His other choice was to go through the room Fearn was raging in, which he chose wisely. But you may have another goon of your own waiting outside the mines. But you gathered yourselves together, perhaps two of you not sharing eye contact or talking to one another. But actually, I believe Fearn, you left ahead of everyone.
Yeah, my plan was actually to spend the night on the boat.
That's right.
Not in the town or wherever we decided to spend the night at the local bar.
Yes, that's correct. So I'll say Fearn, because Fearn left ahead when Sass was talking with him, so the rest of the group is gathering together to leave now. Is there any last things you want to do in the mine? I know that you've already looted around, or any last things you want to say, or do you all just want to get to bed?
I'd like to go to sleep, please.
Yeah, it's time to go to bed.
Sean, on my way out, when we were entering and being escorted, there was a lot of spare ores that you had mentioned. Some silver I particularly mentioned. Is there any way I can just collect some of that, throw it in my bag, anything that doesn't look too heavy, that's like, and pure?
Sure. Yeah, you can gather up some of the silver that was just sort of laying about that had been mined before the occupation. Sure. So I'd say you can grab, truthfully, you could probably grab a pretty good chunk of silver, since there's not really anyone to stop you. Granted, you'll just have your bag, so I imagine you can get anywhere between 5, 10, maybe. We'll say you can get 10 pounds of silver if you want.
10 pounds? Okay. I'll do 10. Sounds great.
Cool. So Fearn wanders back towards the lift in the dark of the evening, where you would find Colum there. And as you would approach, he would say, "Oh, you caught me just before the last lift. You're just lucky enough to hop in here if you're trying to go down. I'm going to rest down there now in my little cabin. You look really scuffed up there, friend.
Yeah.
Would you be getting into some shit? Get into some fights?
Only the kind that helps everyone. You won't be having many more problems in the mines after tonight."
Oh, all right. You cleared up the mine then. The mining situation's all dealt with?
That's what we came to do. We get things done pretty quick.
Oh, everyone's going to be so happy to hear that.
Are you?
Oh, yes, of course. A lift man's got to have people to lift. And with the mine back in operation, that means there'll be more to lift.
I figured you'd get paid just the same, whether you have people to lift or not.
It's fair, but you can charge a bit more when people have heavier loads, and also it reminds people why they've got a lift guy. Because if we're not shipping anything by sea, then there's no reason for a lift guy.
Makes sense. Well, thanks for giving me a ride. I was expecting to walk all the way down, but you're
You
very
caught the last
dedicated
one.
to your craft.
Well,
Right.
it's been in my family for generations, and he goes into the exact same story from the first day here, where he's just telling you his family history, how his pappy was a lift man, his pappy's pappy was a lift man, and so on. The rest of you can return to the hero's scroll, I presume, where you're gonna go back to that your rooms there.
On our way back, Jacquette, pretty chipper, considering everything, is kind of like, so iron and mana, saving the day again. What time of day is it?
It's pretty late. You went into the
Okay.
mines at sundown,
Right.
so it's like 9 o'clock, I'd say, around that time.
Do we want to get out the good word now, or wait until morning?
I need to take a shower, Chuck.
I'm going to
I'm
fucking
still
bed.
covered in blood.
Okay,
I'm
that's fair
exhausted.
enough. Okay, fine. Forget I said anything. I'm just excited is all, We did
You
good
can go
down
if
there.
you want to.
No, it's not the same when it's just me.
Oh, really? So you need backup.
No,
You
it's
like
a lot
having
more
a hype squad.
exciting when I do
Yeah.
it by myself. But, I got to spread the wealth. I'm trying to be a more conscientious individual.
Yeah, okay. Sure. Wonderful.
And it's better for the stories if everyone's there,
Real quick, before we keep going forward, did you all go out the back passageway or go up the lift? That
Why? Does it matter?
it
Yes.
does severely.
We would go out the main entrance, I believe.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
one is
I would say main
infested with
entrance,
cutters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, main entrance.
Okay, so I will say though then that when you do get up there, waiting for you at the top of the lift is Marion, the runner for Fiora, as she sees your faces, particularly those who she sent down. She's like, "Oh, you were able to do this. Is it over? Is everything dealt with? Where?"
Done, taken care of. Once again, iron and mana saves the day. Finger guns at her.
And she looks like, okay, and the artifact, is it still down there?
And he kind of looks over at Bruce and Septimus.
Yes, it is. The large chamber that we found is still intact.
Excellent. And then she kind of looks behind you, and because I imagine Diana Nettle came with you when you went at the same time. Just, Professor Nettle, you're safe as well. This is amazing. All right. Well, I will. Give me a quick deception check, Septimus. I will say with advantage because there's not a ton of suspicion from her right now.
And he needs it.
And he needs it. And also she presumes there's a certain level of honesty that comes from the guy whose arm has been cut off from this fight.
Yeah.
17.
Okay. So you see she might have even questioned this a little bit before she saw, though she does see that you are missing an arm and sees the condition you're all in. And kind of shifts to, if you don't mind, not maybe going to Irving until Fiora and I can possibly get in there. Give us maybe half a day.
It's all yours.
Excellent. All right. Well, she, having believed your story, lets you go. and goes off in her own direction. Fast forward to you bickering on the road, and you arrive at the hero scroll. Rest.
I immediately collapse on my bed and I'm snoring within like 30 seconds.
Just covered in blood.
Covered in blood. Covered in blood, covered in combat grime.
Yeah. Bruce, they don't have showers at the hero scroll. You will have to deal with just a bath, regular warm bath, where you can wash off your own blood and Septimus's blood.
Yeah.
And anyone else who wants a bath can get one, and then you can go to sleep.
So before Jacquet goes to bed,
Yes.
he's in his room, and I imagine he's got like a wet cloth, just kind of like cleaning up a little. He doesn't need a full bath. He didn't work that hard. But he's
dry
got
towel for the forehead.
Yeah.
For the vapors.
Yeah. But he's got Robespierre up as he's kind of like dictating. He's like, okay, so I'm thinking, we're from the guilds, so we're going to need a proper seal. And he's kind of looking over and he's like, yeah, that's good. Do it there. And he's going to spend some time forging documents that make him a member of the Bakers Guild.
Ooh, interesting.
Oh boy.
As a what's the word I'm looking for? Not
Journeyman?
no.
Apprentice?
Like a inspector or like a representative. He's a representative of the Bakers Guild.
Sanitation expected.
Now, with your class features, do you need to roll anything for this? Is this a forgery kit roll, or do you have a special feature that allows you to do this?
So this would be forgery kit. Of course, I was just looking this up, and then I closed out the page.
Let's see. Correct.
Yeah, I know this is very boring. I'm
No.
sorry.
Gotta restart.
We lost.
Can't hear him.
You
I
lost
was
it.
muted.
There it is.
Okay, it's gonna
Okay,
come
we're-
back up.
It's back.
Uh-oh. That's gonna need to be fixed.
Stitched.
Yep.
Whoops.
But we're back together. It's all good. Well, this is the nice thing about properly recording your sessions is we don't have to stitch anything because
That's true.
the
you just have to
recording
upload
just gets uploaded. The last thing I heard was snoring and boring.
Yeah.
it. And I said, no, I'm not snoring because you all are looking up things. I said that Saskia is snoring.
I'm just teasing.
Did you find the forgery kit?
Yeah, so this is from Xanathar's Quick
Yeah.
Fake. As part of a short rest, you can produce a forged document no more than 1 page in length. As part of a long rest, you can produce a document that is up to 4 pages long. Your intelligence check using a forgery kit determines the DC for someone else's intelligence investigation check to spot the fake.
Love that. Love that. So go ahead and give me that intelligence forgery kit check to set the DC for it.
All right, so do I have... That would
Are
be
you
a
proficient
plus...
in forgery?
Yes, so it would be a +4. Oh wait, no, I have 0 to intelligence, +3. So I'll just roll
That's under the downtime activity.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I believe you. I'm just
Oops,
be a weird
that's
thing to lie
not... Don't look at that. That's my...
Oh, wow.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
my
You okay?
Ooh.
What was
alright.
this? What happened?
Not an expenses there.
Yeah, that's my my work timesheet
Oh.
for the end of December. The last thing I did today. I just copied the link straight to Forgery Kit.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's
But-
what we're laughing at.
All right, I'm just gonna roll survival and. Okay, 17 is the DC.
Oh, I see. I see. Oh, this is interesting too. This is just some interesting stuff for you to look at for later as well as
Oh,
identifying
yeah.
things. Okay. All right, 17 you said?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, you have created quite a passing document from a baker's guild, declaring yourself a representative, an investigatory representative. I imagine is what you've set yourself up as. Excellent. And does it give? Do you have a baker identity, or is this for Jacquet Touchard?
It's for Jacquet Touchard.
Okay, cool. Just checking.
No need to start complicating things with more.
I want even more identities.
God, I can sometimes barely keep the two. But yeah, so he works with Robespierre to do this, as he's like, no, that's not right. Do it like, do I have to do everything myself?
Excellent. And Robespierre quietly takes the abuse.
Because he has to.
Because he is a non-sentient magical construct. Anything else folks are doing before bedtime?
I mean, depending if people are, in the same area, Bruce would probably walk up to Septimus right before taking a bath and be like, now you have no arm. You doing all right? I mean,
it's a lot to take in. I just need to lie down.
All right, that sounds good. I just, it's weird seeing you without a limb. So, all right.
It feels even weirder.
Yeah, I can imagine. Can't relate.
But thank you and good work for keeping that machina concealed.
Oh, yeah. I just figured this was the best means of transportation. All right, I want to take a bath.
I trust you guys keep him safe for now.
Yeah, just let me know when you want him. Or if you want him now or later.
I'm about to pass out, so.
All right.
We'll deal with that in the morning.
Septimus, did you keep your mechanical arm out this entire time?
Yes.
As requested? Specifically requested?
I did.
Okay, so I would say, even though I am sure you guys very swiftly went from the entrance to your rooms, people, of course, were, catching this and looking, and there was... I imagine the population of Stony Heath is probably a little less fearful of Machina than the farming communities out in the lowlands, but it is, of course, even if someone's entirely comfortable with Machina, it is a strange sight to see a man missing an arm with a complete robotic prosthesis coming off of his back.
Oh, and on top of that too, scratch that. I mean, I walked in with mechanical arm out because I only have one arm and I need some help with that. On the way back to Septimus would uncloak Sal, remove his disguise entirely, and just have him march his.
Yeah, I would say with that, the room, when you guys walked through the bar area and the restaurant area, you saw there's a huge happy birthday going on, and then it just slowly came to a complete silence as Septimus and Sal walk through.
Nothing to see here, folks. Just a few heroes back from saving the day. I'm sure you'll hear all about it on the morrow. Have a fantastic... Happy birthday, little one. Very good. How old are you? Okay, good night now.
Hey, we have the same birthday. Look at that. That's wonderful.
I don't believe her. She doesn't actually know when her birthday is.
Yes, I fucking do. I think I know when my own birthday is.
Don't even remember your real name.
You know what? Nobody asked you. It's my birthday.
All
Have
right,
a wonderful night.
Your birthday was also yesterday in game time.
I was about to say that.
I couldn't remember.
It's my birthday.
It's my birthday.
I passed
Every
out
day is
twice
her
in the
birthday.
mines. I don't know what fucking day it is.
She's just taking Fearn's advice that you just say it's your birthday whenever you go into a restaurant.
You see the jester from the day before just immediately drops his facade and goes, oh, and walks away as the kid got this big sparkler cake in front of them, and they witnessed a cat in a.
Did I get a sparkler cake?
Not a cat. With the backseat. God, whoever's saying that.
Anyway. There would be a point, Septimus and Bruce, that you would have someone knock on your door shortly after this, probably when
We're sharing a room.
I assumed there would be. Oh wait, no. You guys
Not
all are.
necessarily, yeah.
No, I forgot. You guys were all in the hostel, like common room, other than Jacquet, who got his
Oh, that's
special
right.
birthday
The
room.
servants experience or whatever.
Yes,
it
the
was
servants
called.
experience. Yeah. So someone would kind of, I guess not knock. They would just sort of peek in because this is a general area. And be like, is everything okay in here?
Who is it? Anybody
It
recognize?
just not anyone you recognize. It looks like clearly like someone who just works at this place, like the shift manager for this shift is it. It's just literally just like a human man, probably in his mid-30s, very plain looking. He just sort of peeks in, like, are you all okay?
Septimus kind of like disrobing and Sal like assisting him with it. Be like, we're all fine. We would just like some reprieve. If that's all right.
Okay. And they don't know what to do. Like they don't know how. No one trained them to like deal with the man with the giant robot in their restaurant. So they just kind of like back up and go, let us know if you need anything then.
Thanks.
Will do. Thank you.
As Jacques, you go back to your gaudy room.
You know it.
Did you say have something, Septimus?
I did. I was just gonna have a moment where I was just like, kind of like not wrapping my bandages, but like kind of disrobing, getting ready for bed. Like, Sal, no longer will you hide. I can hardly believe that we discovered someone similar to your kind.
And Sal, there's like new meaning to you behind just like when Sal is looking at you. Like there's still no emotion on his face, but like now that Sal can communicate.
Right. I'm not gonna cast communicate on him. I'm just kind of like going through it and just like monologuing to him so he listens, as I've done many times in the past. But kind of like lying down and said, "But there'll be those that look at us with disdain. So keep an eye out tonight. We must be on our guard."
Sal nods to you, and then he looks around and looks towards where regularly Fearn had slept, or the last night Fearn had slept, and he looks to that bed, and then he looks to you, and he just puts his hand into his own hand, like a fist, thinking his usual nightly duty of keeping an eye on Fearn in case his mask takes him.
You won't need to worry about Fearn tonight. Just keep on the lookout of anyone that may disturb us.
He nods to you.
And Septimus kind of roll over. And going through a lot and losing a lot, he's processing it all, but falls asleep with a little smirking, like grin on his face, as he's just ecstatic of things not necessarily working out, but confirmations being like coming to his life.
Yeah. A bit more of an unraveling of the universe in a way. Okay. Down below on the ship, Fearn, you can find yourself resting there too. There's not much going on. The crew is on they're just entertaining themselves, repairing the ship where they can. There's not really much to look to down here other than your cot or your hammock from the journey here. Anything you'd like to do before going to sleep?
Fearn will I think he'll just put his pack down, and also very tired, just wants to rest. Maybe spends a little time scoping out. I think he'd like do his own watch sort of thing, where he'd spend a couple of hours just watching to see if anything, protecting the ship, essentially, like quietly, just like staying above the thing before going to bed.
Mhm.
And then when he's ready to crash, he takes a rope that is nearby and just ties like his wrist to like the nearby pole that's holding
Mhm.
up his thing. Nothing too crazy. Something that he would have to like consciously untie, though.
Yeah. Easy enough. You do a few patrols. You kind of feel the night air. It's quite cold above deck, but once you finally find yourself resting, you tie yourself off and can sleep for the night. You have vague dreams of a snowy landscape, but no vivid dreams or overtaking of the mask tonight.
Hmm.
As you would all awake the next day, leveled up.
Woo!
Yay.
What level are you all now?
8?
20.
Yes.
No, we're 9.
No, we're
You're 8.
9.
Level 12?
What?
12. Yeah, definitely 12.
Obviously.
For the people at home, whoever's listening, we're actually 8.
Yes, we're actually level 8.
It's true. It's true.
And we
They are
behave
level
like we're 8 years old.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did anyone
Oh.
need to roll their health?
I already did.
Okay, cool.
I made it do it for me.
And I don't believe in rolling.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't have said anybody. I should have said, Shannon, did you need to roll?
No, I did it last week, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I still got the average.
So, okay, hold up. Let's take this slow. Who would wake up first?
I went to sleep first, so probably me. Although I was knocked out twice, so maybe not.
Well, everyone in that room is pretty fucked, or was pretty fucked up. So, like, I think you were all probably sleeping later than usual.
Yeah, so maybe
I
Jacques
definitely am.
Bruce was probably one of the last to go to bed. He probably would have stayed in the bath for a long time.
Jacques would actually probably be the first one to wake up.
Yeah.
Would
I
you
didn't
go?
want to say it, but yeah.
Would you go
probably.
looking for your friends? Like, go like if you notice they haven't woken up, or would you just wait for them?
Nah, he doesn't really care. He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
well, when they get up, they get up. Until then, I'll enjoy my breakfast. So I
Okay.
imagine he's got a coffee.
Mhm.
He's got a light breakfast this morning, and he's just reading a book, sitting, and he's all packed up, ready to go, just sitting in the dining room.
Yeah. And like the dining room of the Hero Scroll is a ghost town in the morning. Like they don't have like morning.
No birthday brunch?
No, they don't. Maybe there's a private room off to the side where maybe someone could like organize a private birthday brunch, but they're mainly a dinner establishment, maybe lunch. But when it comes to like, because Jacques would be up pretty early, like because you all went to bed pretty early considering your normal late night endeavors. So it would be like 6, 7 a.m. that you're chilling.
I mean, is the sun up?
Yes, barely.
Okay, then as long as okay. It's that kind of thing where like he's up, but he would lounge
Yeah.
in bed for a while.
Yes,
and then
yes.
he'd finally be like, okay. Get up, slowly pack his things up. Well, slowly have
Yeah.
Robespierre pack his things up.
So
Probably
let's say
waits in
probably
bed
more like
until
8:30,
Robespierre.
9 is when you're
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
out there.
Yeah, that sounds a little better.
Yeah, I imagine. Yeah, Robespierre is packing up your bag as you're lounging in bed. but eventually you finally do go and open up the heavy curtains, let a little bit of that morning sunlight in before going and lounging with a coffee and a book at the front. There's only one person here. There's one like bartender who's really just there to serve coffee to people who stayed the night. You all are really the only people who stayed, other than some of the workers who occasionally will stay the night in the servants' experience if they got too drunk after their shift was over. So they're just kind of like, they themselves look like they're falling asleep and are kind of somewhat pissed that Jacquette's even here. But once he has his coffee and his book and he seems all set, they just kind of like wander off into the back bar area, back kitchen area. Jacquette, you would hear some scuffling, and something kind of collapse a little bit, like someone knocked over a bunch of books or or heavy clothes or something like that, coming from the servant's experience.
Are you guys okay in there?
As soon as you kind of shout out, you would hear the sounds of feet on cold stone that are like not like tapping of feet, but more like the clicking and clattering of mechanical feet. You think it might be Sal, but it sounds too light to be Sal.
What's going on? Okay. And Jacques gets up, finishes the rest of his tea, clinks the dish down, and walks over and kind of like raps on the door a little and goes, "Is everyone? I don't care if you're decent or not." And he pushes the door open.
So the first thing you hear, of course, is just sort of the logging snoring of Sass. Just the quiet rest of Bruce and Septimus. They're all asleep. Sal even looks like a little like not 100% online. Like he's kind of like his eyes are like red, but in like a very low dim red. As you would hear scraping and scuttling, as you could see this orb with thin legs and arms and small angel-like wings climbing up onto the top of one of these bunk beds and stands up at the top and holds its arms out and like holds its arms up as it looks to just be sort of like measuring things. Yes. A scroll appears in his hand, a book actually, not a scroll, and a magic quill, golden feathered like his wings, comes and he starts to write into the book. Yes. And then he sees you. The eye locks down on you as good morning, right? Good morning.
Good morning.
Proper greeting for humanoids in the early hours of one of your days, correct?
Technically speaking, yes.
It jumps down and kind of perfectly lands. The wings don't flap, but it just slowly kind of glides down. You can see it. They are doing it, but you don't know how exactly, other than, magic. Sure. As he closes the book up and goes up to you. And you are Tabaxi, right?
Yes, and Jacques brightens at this. He goes, yes, I am a Tabaxi. And you are a...
Opens up the book and starts writing. Like it rapidly shifts the pages and then starts to write. Tabaxi. Modron.
Modron.
To be precise, Monodron.
Okay. Do you have a name?
I just told you my name. Monodron.
Oh, okay. So you are a Modron monodrome.
Precisely. That's correct, Tabaxi. And what is your name, Tabaxi?
My name is Jacquet Touchard. A pleasure, I think. And he reaches out his hand.
And it immediately kind of comes up as pleasure, a pleasure, a way of greeting again. Yes, handshake, and he immediately shakes your hand. Yes, this correct. Greeting, mutual greeting of respect. Jacquet Touchard Tabaxi.
Yes, you don't have to say the species afterwards. You can just say Jacquet Touchard.
Ah, excellent. Jacquet Touchard. I awoke in a bag this morning, and when I left the bag, I was here. Do you know these humanoids? They are very, very depleted of energy.
Yes, that's because, well, if I remember correctly, you were, well, I don't know if it was, I didn't really see, I was behind a pillar, but, well, that's Septimus.
Septimus, not
yes.
Tabaxi.
No, he's a human.
Human, that's right. Human.
I know, yes. He's, I think, will be most interested to meet you, but, you know, he's a little, as you pointed out, worse for the wear.
Depleted of energy and missing a limb.
Yes. Well, technically, he has two now. Jacques is gesturing to the mechanical arm, so he's not really missing any. I made that joke last night, and no one really thought it was that funny.
Joke. Ah. Yes, joke. Funny. Humor.
Yep. That's his buddy Sal, who's Machina.
Machina. Salvatore. Sal, short for Salvatore. Machina. Machina. Construct.
Sure, construct. We call them Machina around here, apparently.
Interesting. Bruce.
He's a kobold.
Kobold, that's what they are. Little dragons. Yep. Yes.
Yes. And then Saskia.
Saskia.
She's
human?
Half elf.
See
the ears? There's that bit of fey ancestry about her. You know, no matter what you do, trying to charm her is not going to be as easy as anyone else.
Very curious. Very, very subtle biological change. Curious.
Sure.
I'd be interested in knowing more about the biological difference between human and half-elf.
You and plenty of other scholars, I'm sure.
Great. These are your friends, you said.
Strong word, but yeah, I guess.
Strong words.
Companions.
Weaker words? Adventuring crew. Weaker words.
Well, I just mean, I'm not going to explain this concept to you. Sorry, you'll have to get that from someone else.
I'm a fast learner. All
Yeah.
monodrone are.
You're also fast getting on my nerves. Septimus! And Yorke goes over and starts kicking the bed. I tire of talking to this thing. Can someone else...
His energy's depleting rapidly.
Patience. It's patience, not energy.
Patience.
Septimus. And he keeps kicking the bed. Septimus. You're muted.
Son of a bitch. Septimus wakes up. He's like, oh, what? And immediately as he sees the Modron, he's like awake and open and jumps up. He's like, it's you.
Me.
You're okay.
Quite well, other than waking up in a bag this morning.
While this conversation is happening, Jacques is waking up the other two. Just kind of like being like, there's a weird thing in here.
I don't care. I'm so fucking tired.
I think you'll want to just be part of this, is all I'm saying.
You were all awake.
Yes,
Companions.
apologize for the storing of you.
Fuck.
That's quite well. I was able to get out.
Clearly. Hathuna?
Lacuna.
Laguna?
Oh, C.
Lacuna? No.
Yes, that was the name that you said, no?
My name is Monodrone. Like all monodrones.
Oh, no, John.
Lacuna, unknown. Lacuna. Curious. Lacuna.
So this is kind of like confused for a bit, but it's just like, okay, monodrone.
Lacuna, a missing piece, a missing space, an unfilled space. A gap. No lacuna.
Well, that's all right. I have.
Can be
so
no
many
lacuna.
questions.
Can be no lacuna in the march.
The march. You have mentioned the march. What is the march?
Oh, the Great March. Great Modron March. The time has come. I didn't expect to awake. I thought I'd slumber longer. But no, of course, the Great Modron March. We must, intake everything. Count all the leaves, all the sand, learn all the names. Jacques Touchard, Tabaxi. Septimus, human. Bruce, kobold, little dragon. Saskia, half-elf, pointed ear.
Yes, you're very sweet.
Salvatore, construct,
English.
machina.
Sorry, common. In English.
I learned common pretty quickly.
You speak it quite well.
Thank you. Greetings. Good morning. A pleasure.
Well, okay. We've already got past the pleasantries.
Isn't a
And then
march...
leaning
Oh,
leaning down, Jacques whispers to Septimus, yeah, he got on my nerves really fucking quick too.
isn't a... Oh, sorry. Isn't a march like you're going towards something? Are you marching somewhere? Are you going somewhere?
I don't know. I expected there to be more monodrone here by now. But perhaps the march is slower than I expected. It's my first one. In fact, the first one, as far as I know, since the beginning.
A beginning of what? Time?
Yes, precisely.
Huh.
And
You're claiming that you've existed since the formation of the universe?
Well, I wouldn't say the formation of the universe. Time isn't necessarily as sticky as that. But Modron have existed. Monodrones before me. I myself, if you're constituting this form and these parts, no. But the mind of the Modron has.
where did you come from?
Me? Where did I come from? Well, I came from Mechanus, of course.
Mechanus, what can you tell me? And what is Mechanus exactly?
And you see he kind of like pauses for a moment. And hesitates to say anything. I don't know how much I can say to you exactly. I am one of the earliest of the march, so I'm in uncertain territory, one might say.
And why do you need to withhold information?
I'm but a monodrone. I am not a heptadrone or those with higher purpose.
How many more kinds of you are there? You're saying that this march, wherever they're coming from.
How many more monodrones?
Or just modrons in general, things that like you.
At any given time, a different number. However many are needed by Primus. New monodrones are born every moment, and when a modron above my station rank dies or is torn apart or defeated, a modron from below replaces them. Never
I'm
ending.
sorry.
Our factories never end.
You said
We always
needed by
keep.
what?
Factory.
What did you say?
You said needed by something, and I missed it.
I believe he said.
Primus.
What? What?
Primus.
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 Got it. Okay. All right. I got it. I heard it. Thank you.
Primus.
All
Who the
right.
fuck is that?
Your leader?
Highest tier of modron. One and only one, and always one. Primus.
Right. Well, this isn't making a lick of sense. Shall we just head to the well, do we have to check? I was going to say head to the boat, but do we have to check in with Irvin first?
I think we should go tell Irving the good word.
Quickly, I just need just 2 more questions that I need to know.
Yes.
1, what were you doing in that pod? Why were you there, and why were you slumbering?
Pod. Oh. Truthfully, I don't have much memory of my slumber or my time. I presume it was a station for a Modron vanguard that was placed wherever you found me. Thank you for awakening me, although it might have been too early. And I... a beachhead is a term I think you all would understand. For the Great March.
Like your reconnaissance, or
I would say reconnaissance, stealth, information gathering. Not so much the stealth part. Information gathering, yes. I've done quite a terrible job, I'd say, if I was meant to be hiding.
well. Now this moves to my second question. What will you do now?
I will learn. I will record.
So,
Yeah,
what
but for
purpose?
what purpose?
For the Great March. For Primus.
And what is their purpose?
Order.
For who?
The cosmos.
What? Why?
All things must be balanced appropriately.
And they think they could just decide that?
Yes. The purpose of the march. An audit might be a better way for you to understand this. Tallies. Lists.
And if we fail the
Arrangements. Well, it is the first march, so I don't know what will happen if you fail the audit.
What is the balance that you and your Primus are hoping to achieve? A balance between what?
All things are meant to work in a certain way.
That's not helpful.
Some things may not work the way they're supposed to. Perhaps if those parts fail their audit, they must be reconfigured,
Violently?
rebalanced towards their purpose.
Right. Well, that sounds lovely, Monodrone. You go ahead and do your march or whatever it is. And we'll keep on doing our thing. Lovely to meet you, though.
Of course. I've never, we haven't done this before, as I said, so I may, you all seem quite friendly, and other than stuffing me in a bag, of course, and I do vaguely remember
was for your own
someone hitting me in the head. But
Perhaps you can accompany us.
as you say, you've read my mind.
This is a lot to take in.
Companions, adventuring party, what better group to learn and list and audit from? You all travel across these
How can you all be annoyed
lands.
at this? This being has been since the beginning. It is the essence of the consciousness of our universe.
It's 9
Hey.
o'clock in the fucking morning,
Hey,
Septimus.
Modron.
Monodrone.
Monodrone.
Modron is a group of us. We are all modrons. Modrons. I am a monodrone. Monodrone.
You are Monodrone.
Can we call you Mun?
Call me what you wish, but I am not named. I am just a monodrone.
Well, sometimes here on this continent, we like to give nicknames. It helps us understand.
Nicknames.
Yeah. Like,
Mine
you
is
have a better...
Sass.
Exactly.
Or
Saskia.
Sea-Witch.
Or
Sea Witch. Sal. Salvatore. I understand.
Fuck. Septimus,
What
are you
continent is
ready
this, by the way?
Okay. I'm going to...
We're on the island of Aldhalor.
Ah, I see. And you see that book appears again. And it's not that he like, when he's writing things in this book, it's not like he is, like it's a book that opens up and he's been writing from page 1 through to where he's currently writing. It like opens up to a page where it almost like seems as though that page always was supposed to say Aldhalor on it. And he's almost like revealing Aldhalor on there. As he's learning the info. Like, it is pre-categorized in a way.
Can I like peer over and look at this book?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
Cool. Michael, mute your fucking mic while you're eating.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
15.
It's not in common. It
Okay.
is in what you can presume is their language.
It's not celestial in any way.
Do you speak Celestial?
I do.
Okay, so it is. You can read it a little bit. Then it's not fully Celestial. It's like a dialect of Celestial. That is its own Modron language. But it is very clearly, like, you can tell, like, that looks like Celestial, but blockier. But yeah, you can see he doesn't write when he's doing things. He just puts the pen to the paper and it starts to write for him. And it is much more revelatory. Like, it's not even written like from left to right. It's like the ink bleeds onto the page to fill in what was supposed to always be there, which was the Aldhalor Islands and it just starts to bleed information about the Aldhalor Islands. Like, you see a little bit of information about the climate there, a little bit of information about where exactly it is on the planet. The knowledge is not acquired in the same way you all are acquiring knowledge day to day.
Right.
Monodrone, how about this? We'll keep giving you information about this world, as long as you keep providing information about yourself.
I believe that to be a fair exchange. Of course, I may need to refer to my superiors if I cannot give you the information you ask. But they're quite appeasing.
You can contact your superiors from here.
Yes. It takes a little bit of energy, but I can. And it takes a little while for them to respond unless they're here with us on this plane of existence. Which I presume, given my early awakening, that I am one of the first or one of the very few monodrones currently working on the march.
And do you know how many are supposed to come here?
360 million.
Fuck.
Well,
What?
at that point, you'll be auditing mostly yourselves because I don't think that the population...
There are always 360 million Modron at all times.
Okay.
Our factories make sure of it if we are destroyed in the march.
sounds more like an invasion.
I also will remind you, we are not just auditing your little planet. We're auditing the entire universe.
Oh, I was referring to just this planet.
Oh, we will not fully, all 360 million Modron will not come to Arden, I believe, is the name of your planet.
That's what they call it? Yes, maybe. Is that what we all call it?
You would all call it Aradun.
Oh, Aradun. Aradun?
Aradun. Fair enough. And you see that same pen to paper, Jacquette, and you can see it doesn't change what you presume is the Arden part. You see a sub heading goes in during X era, planet referred to as Aradun. But on Aradun, I presume there are very few monodrone who have awoken.
Before we go any further, I'm going to go for a swim and clean up. Septimus, don't forget we have a conversation with Fearn that needs to happen later. So don't get all settled into this before we fix that. Got it?
Real quickly, I would like to get going as soon as possible. So just as a reminder, we are on top of a 700-foot tall cliff, and it takes a while to get down and back up. So if we could finish our business with Irving and Fiora, I would love to get back to the Harlequin Chalice for tomorrow evening so I can perform, because I never actually told Orin that I couldn't make it. And what kind of bard would I be if I don't show up for my own performance?
Tomorrow evening?
Kind that you are.
Tomorrow evening.
Aren't we like 3 days away?
Yeah.
No.
It's not 3. It's a day and a half, yeah.
And we took 2 days only because we stopped to check out the shipwreck.
That is true. So if you rushed, you could make it.
It's like that old story, get them to the Greco Theater, you know?
I don't think that's a real story.
Shut the fuck up. Who asked you?
No. Jaquette's right. I think we should, as Septimus tries to gather his things, I think we should be on the move. There's many things I would like to show you. Is pointing to Modron.
But not without you telling us some of the stuff too. So
I will honor the exchange rate. Well,
we definitely
go ahead and do your business. I will follow along.
How are we gonna walk around with him?
I don't know. How do we walk around with Fjern?
The same time we walk around with Sal.
That's all right.
Going forward, there's no need to be afraid.
I was not afraid. Modron don't really feel fear.
Well, a valuable lesson you have taught me.
Oh. Off to a good start.
I'm going to be out in the common room. When y'all are ready, we can head out from there.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
Okay. All right. So, what are you doing today? Where are you going first as a group?
Well, didn't Marion ask for half a day before we go and talk to Irving?
Yeah, Jacquette doesn't care. He wants to leave.
Septimus also lied about the thing, so we gotta get the hell out of here.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also kind of don't want her to have the half day because she'll find out the artifact's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, to Irving we go.
Like if we run into Fiora, and I think Jacquette might actually pass by the guild area where she had been protesting before.
Yep, the guild house.
See if she is there. Yeah, the guild house. Thank you.
The byway, the guild house byway.
Mm-hmm.
You would actually not find her protesting there. You might presume that Marion told her that things were settled the evening before, and she might not. She might be taking a day off. There are people there who you saw the first day, but Fiora is not. And they're just kind of it is quite early, so they are just sort of mingling about, getting ready, waiting, almost like they might be waiting for Fiora to get there at some point today. But you can pass through the guild house byway up to the Vulcarian mining operation, where you can find Irving's office and head inside. You would find Irving making himself a fresh pot of coffee. He's got a lot of papers all around, and you would actually see that his office is a little tidier than it was when you first came in, almost as if he's expecting company.
Oh, expecting company, Irving.
As you say this, he kind of jumps as a skittish man, and he's making the coffee, and it splashes a little bit. He's got drink. Okay. Crescent Heart. Adventurers! I'm hoping this is good news that I'm seeing you this early in the morning.
It's fucking great news. We did it.
Your
Completely.
mind's open.
Yep.
If I go down there right
taken
now,
care
there's
of.
no traps, there's no conniving.
Well, we didn't.
No, I think the traps are all cleared up, right?
You would have
yeah,
gotten
yeah,
most of the traps.
Yeah, traps are all taken care of, but the cutters are gone. Boris is dead, by the way. So you don't have to worry about that fuckface.
All right. So it got hairy down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
And he just kind of gestures over to those three, just in the state they're in.
Whoa!
I'm still covered in blood. I have not showered yet. I'm going to wash up in the ocean.
Did you do this all just now?
No. It was
No, we did it
yesterday.
last night.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So the cutter's cleared out. Ardunai cleared out. Horse is dead.
They're gone.
Holy shit. Investors are gonna like this.
Yeah, just remind them who took care of this whole situation.
Yeah. I'm just this is fantastic. You know, I don't know what your employers are paying, how much they're paying you, but the investors, the mayor, they might have a reward for you as well.
Huh.
That's actually who I'm waiting for right now is the mayor. If you wanted to stick around for a little bit, he might have some. I don't know. This is more than I was expecting overnight. This is great. This is. Oh my. I can go home. I can get a full night's sleep. Well, thank you. I guess I'll send in a few of my lads to confirm everything. And if you want, you can stick around wait for the mayor, or I can give the good word for you.
Well, if he might have more of a reward.
Okay, I'm not promising anything, but I know that this was his project as well, and he really wanted it settled too.
Actually, do you know, would he be down at the guild hall?
Most likely, it's where he'd be coming from, his office probably. So, if you wanted to head down and see if you can catch him before he comes up here.
It's probably a good idea.
Sure.
All right, well, I'm sorry, do you, coffee? Do you need anything, refreshments? I'm just a little thrown off. This is such good news.
No, we've got places to go, people to meet. You know how it is for the adventuring lifestyle. But
I'll
a
take a
pleasure, Irving.
What'd you say, Bruce?
I'll take a mint.
Okay.
A mint.
Yeah, he just grabs this like really tiny like basket of just like little candies for kids and shoves it over towards Bruce.
Handful.
I guess I can't really complain. You did secure my mine.
And also, I'm taking for every single one of us, so.
Fair. And you see, he rings a bell. You can see a few younger miners working for the team come in, and he just immediately starts talking to them. And he just looks and thanks you. Thank you again, adventurers. Check with the mayor before you leave. You might be able to get a little extra coin out of this. But I really am incredibly thankful. If you ever need anything next time you're in Stony Heath, let me know. You've significantly helped me.
Till next time.
All right, you two, you got to get down there. Bring the trap supplies. I know just be careful. It still might be dangerous down there, but confirm there's no more cutter presence, and so on. These two like 16-year-olds are going to go down there and find the massacre that is that room right now.
Yes.
All right, so you head out from Irving's offices. You're in that general kind of like wooden structure where you were last night. and you can head down the stairway towards the byway to try to either catch the mayor while he's heading up, or get to his office before he leaves. You would actually get to his office before he leaves. You wouldn't see him on the way down there. And if you want, you can knock on the door or enter.
Is it the same doorway that Jacquet encountered before?
Yes, it is.
Okay, he's gonna knock this time. He doesn't need to make appearances.
So I want to give you the option.
Right, that's fair. I was thinking about just bamfing myself up there. I was like, no, let's bring it. So, rap on the door with the cane.
Come in. Yes, the door is unlocked. And you would see kind of like rushing, like this is like the most real life anything's been in this adventure, of just like people rushing in the morning with their coffee toward their first meeting for their job that day. As you can see, he has a bunch of ledgers in his hands and notes that he's going to bring for the meeting with Irving. And he is kind of balancing a coffee like on the top of that in a small mug. As those of you who have not seen the mayor yet, he is a drow individual who doesn't have like the typical tattooed markings of a drow. Tall, lithe, hair held back kind of tight, and cut shorter than a drow typically would have, in a very nice crimson suit, with a scarf to go with it, as it is getting quite chilly out these days. As he would go, oh dear. The adventurers, more of them. Atticus. The name is Atticus Laos, mayor of the town. I have met one of you already. I don't see the other that I met.
Nope, he's not here right now, but we wanted to come by and just let you know we solved your little issue down in the mines.
You did. It's all... What of the cutters?
Wrapped up. Most of them are dead. Boars, dead.
Dead. Boars is dead.
Dead. Kill. Killed.
Almost took a couple of us with him, but yeah, he's dead.
In the Aradunai?
Gone.
In the artifact?
Again, Jacquet looks to Septimus.
Uncertain.
Uncertain. Was it down there? Had it already... What became of it? What do you not know? What is uncertain?
The pod, or vessel, that you saw, is open. It's empty.
Empty. It's very disappointing, but...
I mean, the material the pod is made of might still be valuable to yourself or the investors. It's just kind of big and not exactly something an adventuring group can haul around with them.
Yes, you're right. You're right. The important matter is settled. The cutters and the Aradunai are dealt with. Their leader is dead. Thank you. I must insist on giving you something as reward for this, given, as he looks to the three of you, what you've suffered to bring us this peace.
And then Jacquet kind of leans in a little.
What are your employers paying you?
2,000 silver.
2,000 silver, a handsome prize. A handsome prize that my offices will match.
That's quite generous of you. Thank you, Mayor.
You have no idea what you've brought to our town. A resuming of trade, resuming of operations, and a resuming of investment. And you've dealt with the cutters in such a great way.
Well, I will say, if I may, that dealing with their leader won't get rid of them wholesale. You might want to find a way to appease them to some degree. Maybe ensuring that their voice is heard at least in some way.
Give me a persuasion roll.
Yeah. It's me giving him +5.
Advantage.
Is that you giving the +5 or whatever it is?
Yeah.
As you hand him one of the mints from Irving's office.
Yeah.
With that +5, it's going to be a 29.
Okay. I will say this was a he is pretty steely in this. So it was a higher DC than you typically can just burst through with a
bulldoze through.
Yeah. But he does kind of that big grin, like he definitely was like gaudily grinning too much at the death of a man. That grin vanishes, and you see he puts his ledgers down and he sips his coffee and looks to you. I suppose you're right. It's best to look to the future, a sustainable outcome. Oh, I will see who their new leader is and hear them out.
Again,
Boaz was a violent man, so
exactly.
hopefully this is a more reasonable person to deal with. Well, and you see he quickly grabs a piece of marked paper and starts to write a note onto it, closes it, seals it, hands it to you, Jacquette, and says, "Bring this downstairs to the front desk, and they will secure your reward for you."
Fantastic, Atticus. It has been a pleasure, and I sincerely hope to meet you again.
Of course, and you all are welcome in Stony Heath at any time. Send word if you are coming again, and I will prepare proper dwellings for you. I don't know where you stayed during your time here, but I'd like to make sure you have the best of Stony Heath the next time you're in town.
Thank you. The hero scroll is, if I may offer a suggestion, start a new tavern, one that really caters to the average, merchant, maybe.
Mr. Tushad, you must understand, I have been trying to get someone to start a new tavern for years. But perhaps with the new investment coming into the town from the clearing that you've done, there will be a new tavern.
I know a guy. He works down at a bar. I forget what it's called. It's the Drain or something like that. The Rats something.
Oh, yes. The Rats something. I don't remember.
The Rat's Cup.
The Rat's Cup. Yes.
Yeah.
One of our borough
Anders,
bars.
right?
Yeah, there's a man there, Anders. He's all about the experience. I think he may be a good individual to approach. I don't know if he owns the Rat's Cup or if he's just a barkeep
Anders.
there, but
Well, I will send my people to him.
He knows how to treat.
Well, perhaps he is the right individual for a business loan from the mayor's office.
Sound investment. Until then, Atticus, farewell.
And he goes and he shakes each of your hands. And he gets to like the end of the line, and I imagine Sal is there, and he's like, "Oh, And then he looks. You all look around, and Monodrone is not anywhere to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
Looks too well.
Was he with us in Irving's office?
He was not. Anyone who looked would notice he was not there. Although I will say, every now and then when you look around, when you're in these rooms for an extended period of time, you would just see him appear, like behind the person talking. And it maybe puts a little bit of stress in your stomach, as he just starts to like pick things up and look at them and go about the room. But then anytime the person would turn around, he just vanishes. Kind of like Bernard from the Santa Claus. It's a weird reference, but he tends to be able to apparate in and out of reality in a way that allows him to be, oddly enough, quite stealthy. But he's never worried about you all seeing him, basically.
Right.
Okay, so you can head down to the front, and they would acquire for you 2,000 silver.
I just want to make sure you, Sean, the DM, are aware.
I know.
That is okay. Just want.
I'm aware. I am aware. I am aware that you were offered 1,000 silver, 1,500 if it gets hairy. I didn't ask for a deception check because I knew that you could pass it. And
what a guy.
and I knew this guy was eager. This guy wanted to pay you money before. Basically, like the thing is, the second you said that you killed boars, like he was going to give you money.
Right. Awesome.
All right, so you have 2,000 silver pieces in a bundle of bags that Sal can carry in a chest for you all. Is there anything else you'd like to do in Stony Heath before heading out?
Jacques would say he'll catch up with the rest of them. He's just, I just have to go take care of something real quick. Don't worry, it's nothing nefarious, he says, looking at Saskia.
I don't fucking care. You do what you want. Weren't you the one that was saying it's going to take a while to get down, so we should all stick together?
Right, well, I'm saying I'm going to run off. I'm going to put effort in. This shows how important this is to me. I have to go get this done, and I'll meet you at the lift. So if Colm's up there...
do the thing.
And Jacques,
Do you need
a
help?
brisk jog,
All right, bye.
runs off.
Okay. The rest of you, is there anything you would like to do around town before heading to the ship? Also, Fearn, would you just stay at the ship until everyone comes back, or would you go back up into town?
That's a good question. I guess it really depends on how long it takes them, because Fearn would assume that they were doing the things that they're doing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I imagine. I guess. Let's see if they're doing anything that's going to really take them that long. So the three of you.
Going back to the ship.
Yeah, I got nothing going on.
Jacques, did you give us any of that money?
I'm just
or you
talking
keeping it all
to
yourself?
Sal has the chest.
Yeah, Sal's got it all. So if you need,
do you think we could, while he's running his errand, we don't need to RP this, but just can we go find somewhere so I can get a fucking shield or something?
And maybe some studded leather armor.
I'm so fucking tired of going down in battle, and before we get on that ship, in case something happens again, I'd like a little more protection.
It's probably a good idea.
So, can we go buy something, please, Sean?
You can go to Anvil. You can go. You can go to the Grand Smithing Hall in the Anvil Cross, where the Smithing Guild is, where you would find a very large, very open forge area. Very much of the opposite of the very factory-esque forge in Hyven. This is more clearly okay. There's rows of apprentices who are receiving proper training and artisanal training, not where it's hey, we're going to teach you how to hit the hammer 4 times in this exact way, and then it's going to go to the next guy. They're going to hit it 4 times this exact way. They're actually learning the craft of smithing. And you would find a dwarven fellow there named Bartholomew, who is the sort of main forge runner. He's very busy as he talks to you, and very not dismissive, but just sort of what's your problem? Tell me what it is. Give it to me. This is junk. I'm not going to buy this from you, kind of thing. And he
fucking junk. I worked hard to get that.
You know, the kind of thing where he's like, yeah, I know, dwarf smith, I get it, but it's not like that. I just really like the craft. What are you looking for?
Yeah. I need a shield and I need some better armor.
All right, hold up your arm.
My arm?
Yeah. Do you have a weapon with you too that you use?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's nifty. Yeah, very cool. I wish I could just make my shit appear on nowhere. Fucking adventurers. Swing it around. Do you know how to use a shield?
No.
All right, well, I'm not teaching you, but
Right.
he's like, all right, I'll get you a good beginner's shield, good for someone who's never used it before. You know, you'll have to use your weapon with one hand. I saw you doing a little two-handed swings there, but you got to learn not to do that.
I use this with one hand mostly anyway. I was just showing off.
Okay. All right. Anything else? He looks to you and your friends.
What do you think about making this, and Bruce pulls out a cast iron pan, into a shield?
This pan.
It's fucking
Yeah.
heavy.
It's really heavy.
Yeah, I know. It's just not how you tend to make the shield out of raw materials instead of. I mean, I guess we could repurpose it. We could repurpose the iron and make you a shield.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay. That will. Is this for a new shield or the same shield?
New shield.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let me look at this. He takes your pot, and he's like, okay. This will. Now, do you want me to just make it using the material from this pan, or like just use this to supplement what I'd already used? Do you want just whatever this pan can make into?
I mean, add what you need to make it good.
Okay. Just making sure that you just didn't want me to just like lob off the handle and turn it into just a basic.
Sorry, an iron disc.
Yeah. And just flatten it and then put a strap on it.
I don't want any of this wood in there. Wood breaks so easily. So.
Oh yeah, I want something durable.
What the fuck do you think we make?
I just he said wood. I was just making sure.
He gave me a cast iron pot
to
make the shield out of.
Can you split it? Can I have some of that?
Yeah.
Oh, you're little, right? You don't need all of it.
My God. All right. Well, for your non-supplied material shield, that's going to cost you 10 silver pieces.
Done. Sal.
Sal just drops the chest on the ground and then opens it up for you to get whatever you want.
Great.
Whoa. We didn't say that there was this much money at play here. I mean, you want a better shield?
What you got?
I mean,
I just want to bring something up real quick, and I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but rules as written, Saskia does not have proficiency with shields, and therefore everything she does would be a disadvantage if she uses a shield.
that's a good point. That's why I asked. It is what's it called? Hexblade warlocks that can use shields.
I just wanted to bring that up real quick. Don't want to be Debbie Downer. You did just get a
You
feat
downed
that
my Debbie.
maybe you can ask the DM about switching to be a shield master so you can get proficiency with shields.
Shield maiden.
That's fair.
Or whatever.
You can we can decide on that later.
Yes.
If you
Sorry,
wish. But that is a good point to make sure.
Good looking out, Steph.
You as a regular warlock cannot use shields at this time.
I'm a special warlock. Thank you very much.
Well, special warlocks don't get shields.
Got him.
You should still get studded leather armor though.
Yeah.
Okay.
One additional AC is still going to help.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it'll take me a little while to reforge this iron pot or pan into a shield. If you want,
Bruce.
he looks to Bruce.
How long are we talking about? We have a ship that we need to catch. Could you do this back in Hyven?
Oh yeah, of course. I just
Hyven?
here.
You're gonna get you're gonna get something at that factory, that mass-produced shit. It's gonna break halfway through you using it. How about this? I'll work on it, and if you give me a little extra silver, I'll send it along the road. Get you real high-quality Stony Heath iron. Toss in another 500 silver. Maybe the shield's a little better. Maybe like a +1 better.
No.
All right, fine. Well, take your.
That is way too expensive, dude.
Fair enough. Take your shitty pot. I don't want it.
Yeah.
Here's a stock shield. 10 silver.
Thanks.
I don't want this from you anymore.
You can get out of our shop now.
Wait. What about the armor? Do you have
What
that?
armor? You didn't say. Oh, what do you want? Studded armor?
I did. Yeah. I said this one.
Sure,
I
we
said
got
it
some.
before
We
the
got
shield.
some stock in here.
Great.
We'll get it fitted.
Great.
Actually, no.
Wonderful.
You don't have time, I think, to get it fitted. So I'll just take it. Go get it fitted
No.
in Hyven with your fucking.
Bruce, why the fuck did you have
This
to go
guy.
insult him like that?
He's taking too much of our time.
It's
Okay.
45 silver for the studded leather armor.
Wonderful. Here you go. I tossed in an extra 5 silver. So it's 50 total.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Let's go.
Bartholomew the dwarf does not like iron and mana. Up in the corner of your screen, it says Bartholomew disapproves.
Yeah.
5
sure.
+1. Jesus. I can make
actually-
that in 2 levels.
It's actually
that's a pretty good.
that's
Bruce,
okay.
Bruce, it's
that's a
okay.
stand. That's a pretty good rate, actually. Anyway, go ahead. Use your artificer slots for it.
I will.
Sean, I'd
Yeah.
probably be at this point just being impatient. Like after doing the morning routine, I'd head up the lift and kind of just wait near the edge of the lift. Like
Yeah.
I'm just enjoying the view and like maybe having some breakfast, like walking around town looking for a bite to eat, and then just waiting at the lift for people to show up at the top of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I would say you could easily get a for like like 2 copper, you get like this nice basket of fried clam strips. And can enjoy those while waiting for your friends to appear. It wouldn't take them that long since they're not really they're not waiting for anything to be crafted. So
I share some oysters with the lift man.
yeah, you see as you share those oysters, he's like, yeah, the town's real excited about everything you told me last night. I went to the bar last night and was talking around, and people are just real excited. Real excited. I told them everything you told me. It's going to be great. You're all leaving soon, I presume.
Yeah, I suppose so. I don't know what's taking my friends so long. I guess they're just collecting their rewards.
And it's at that point that we'll switch over to Jacquet with his reconnaissance mission. Well, not reconnaissance mission. His mission.
Is extortion.
His extortion mission. When he's going to go do crimes. All right, Jacquet, where are you heading?
Jacques is headed towards Maker Street.
Mhm.
There's an alley over there that one individual named Lucy has a bakery.
Mhm.
And Jacquet's heard some things about the sawdust she puts in her bread and sees an opportunity to, do a little good and make a little coin.
Okay, so asking around and wandering around, you can absolutely find Maker Street, which is between the Vulcarian housing units and the Surveyor's Way. Kind of a general area where there's a lot more people living, so there's a lot more things like bakeries, and you would find Lucy's Bakery there. Very small establishment run off of her own dwelling. It's one of those stone dwellings. You can see she has quite a... just like everyone here, they utilize the drainage system of the rain to kind of help with whatever they might have. So she has kind of her own sort of like mill grinding off the side of it, which is even more evidence of like she probably doesn't need to be using sawdust.
Mm-hmm.
But the shop is open in the morning. It's probably like 9:30 at this point. And you can head on in if you'd like. Or is there another approach?
No, yeah, Jacques saunters right in. He's walking with his doorway cane. As he saunters in and looks around the bakery. Does he see the individual that he assumes to be Lucy?
Yes, so you would see like she has this really big setup of 2 ovens that are going at all times during the day. You can see her right now putting in a couple of loaves of bread in there. At the front desk, there is this sort of like probably like maybe 15-year-old young boy who is you know, a little rounder, maybe eating a lot more of the bread than Lucy would like, and he seems to be her son probably, and he is just sort of at the front desk. You can see underneath it's a glass desk that has pastries displayed underneath her finer goods.
All right, so Jacquet walks up to the counter and leans against it and goes, "Good morning, boy. How are you today?"
Good morning, sir. Can we help you?
And then he's just going to take out the forged document and slap it on the counter. And he goes, "Do you know what this is?" Sliding it over to him.
He looks down
mostly
at it.
to like prominently show the guild seal that he forged.
He looks at it. He goes, Mom. Immediately just, Mom. Mom. You see she finishes up with the bread, closes up this, and she kind of comes over covered in flour a little bit. You know, she's probably in her like late 30s. And streaks of gray in her otherwise blonde hair. As she's like, "What the fuck do you?" And then she kind of like opens.
Ma'am. Are you the proprietor of this fine establishment?
Yeah, I'm Lucy. Of the name. Can we help you? And you see the boy is like rapidly poking the paper now, and she looks at it. What's this? Oh, I didn't wasn't expecting any kind of visit from a guild. I'm not a guild operating bakery.
No, but we in the Bakers Guild, it's a craft. You know how it is. It's a craft what we do. And even when a non-guild member causes issue, it gives a bad name to all those
Issues?
who call themselves bakers.
Are you implying something?
I would never imply anything, ma'am. No. And Jacquet is going to quickly just scan the room. Okay. Like, just see, like, is she even so confident that she would just leave the sawdust out?
Give me a perception check.
16.
16, you say?
Yes.
It's exactly what you needed to catch a little bit of sawdust residue over by where she's clearly like folding the dough and her workstation. You can see that there is 100% underneath. It's somewhat hidden, but it's not well hidden because no one's really doing this kind of inspection.
Right.
There's clearly sawdust. There's clearly sawdust residue near the station, on the station, mingling with the flour. Like it is quite bold, her operation.
Hefting the cane and swinging it across so it like passes in front of both of their faces, not super close, but like in a semi-intimidational way. He points it to the counter and then down to the sacks, and he goes, "I am stating a fact that there is poor quality flour and sawdust in your bread. Now," he says, tapping this rod down to accentuate his
and they're like reacting with every like tap or swing of it. They like jolt a little bit.
"The role of a baker in society is a powerful one. We provide for the people, damn it. In the morning, where do they go? They go to get their bread. In the evening, what do they eat? They go and eat their bread. We break bread with each other, damn it. We don't break wood. That just doesn't make sense."
And like there's a befuddlement on her face.
"The gall to desecrate this most holy of trades with your fake flour is..." And he spits on the floor.
Well, it's just the bread though. Like you can see, and she like reaches underneath the glass display and holds up like an actually very like lovely, well crafted pastry that is decorative and has like this sugar crystals on it and whatnot. And she's like, it's just because
Smacks it out of her hand, and he goes, "Your fanciful pastries mean nothing to me when the base quality of your goods are bad." I was gonna use a big word, but I didn't. I don't know if the definition was right.
What happens now? What we'll fix it. We'll stop. Cornelius, get rid of the sawdust.
Straight.
And you see the
You'll
boy
stop?
immediately gets up and like rushes over and grabs the sack of sawdust and runs out the back.
And for this transgression, you owe a fine.
A fine. Oh, our margins are already so thin. What do we owe?
50 silver.
50 silver.
It could be more expensive.
Can I offer some of these finer pastries as part of the fine?
Roll me a persuasion check.
She got a 10.
He looks and he goes, "I'll take a pastry, but the fine stays the same."
Okay, fine. Well, is this gonna go on like my record or something? Can I still like join the guild?
Consider it both a fine and admittance to the Baker's Guild. For now that you have been visited, I can see with mine own eyes that there is quality to your craft.
Okay. And that actually like gets her like kind of excited, and she rushes over and she finds her coin purse. She pulls out 50 silver. It sounds like it's a lot of the coin in her purse. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And she comes back, hands you the 50 silver, and begins to wrap up a finer pastry in a nice little box with nice little string on it. It's pink.
Is just gonna pull out a blank piece of paper and put it down and goes, "If you could just fill out your information here, I shall bring it back to the guild hall and we'll get it all sorted out. Lucy's Bakery will forever be known as a guild established bakery and be marketed as not sawdust bearing."
She very eagerly writes it all down, tucks it in underneath the tied off box with the little small sack of 50 silver and pushes it all towards you. I'm so sorry, and I appreciate your mercy in this and frankly, the education.
Don't apologize to me, ma'am. Apologize to the poor fools that have been eating your subpar bread.
Never again.
We'll make sure of it. Toodaloo, he says as he turns and walks out.
This pink box and his ill-gotten gains.
And as he leaves, he's kind of like, "Oh wow, that one really got away from me. I don't know, what am I gonna do with this? I better get back to the lift." As he starts to lightly trot his pastry and not ill-gotten goods. He's doing a service for the people here.
Fair,
the people of
fair.
Stony Heath now have good bread. Okay.
That's true.
And Jacques has 50 more silver that he doesn't really need.
When we were preparing this campaign, and we talked about showing appreciable changes to the environment.
Pretending like you're being altruistic.
At least until she finds out that this was all bullshit and puts even more sawdust to recoup her shit.
Anyway, the rest of you, or the three others, you would get to the lift where you would find Fearn there finishing up his food. And you'll the four of you can reconvene there, waiting for Jacquette.
Is the Modron anywhere in sight?
Actually, he would be. When they are approaching, Modron would be kind of like marching alongside Sal, probably.
Fearn would just like scoff as soon as he sees it, like coming from the distance, and he's just sitting there, like he knows they're there, but he's sitting out looking at the what do you call it, the views, in the morning, like the sun rising or whatever. Y'all done with what you need to do?
Just about. We're just waiting on Jacques. He said he had something to do.
All right. Did you get paid?
Sure did. Quite a lot, actually.
Good. How about the Aradunai? Did you see them?
No.
Suppose,
Do you think you could help me with this armor later? It doesn't fit. Do you think you could help me put it on?
Yeah. If it doesn't fit, it doesn't fit, but I could show you how to don and doff it if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, it's definitely
Sure.
too big.
We
but
could
yeah,
pop some more holes in the leather here, you know, tighten it up a bit. It might feel a little bulky using it, but
That's better than nothing.
so as you wait, you would hear the seagulls crying around the bay, overlooking this 700-foot drop. You can see quite a bit of the ocean. There's less fog than there was the first day here. The sky is a bit cloudy and it is very cold. You know, the weather is rapidly getting chillier and chillier. Now it doesn't get so cold in Aldhalor that you'll, be preparing for massive snowstorms, at least not in the southern parts of it. But it is approaching, the lower range of Odons.
That's cold.
It's feeling like 20 degrees outside today.
20 Odons?
It's 20 Odons. Yeah, it's 20 Odons outside right now. So you're pretty chilly. With a light 10-mile-per-hour breeze.
I imagine Fearn's lapping it up. This is his kind of weather.
Yeah, it's not that cold.
That's true.
He'll just look at Septimus and just say, Septimus? Give you a nod.
Septimus just breathes in heavily.
Okay. Good. That's a good start. Don't say anything else to each other. I've got a fucking plan when we get back on the ship. Okay? Just make it there. It'll all be fixed, I promise. Okay? Just don't start yelling at each other again.
Whatever.
Septimus rolls his eyes and turns back to Modron and starts just like
Children. Jesus.
talking to him and questioning him more, which I assume he's been or would have liked him to be doing just whenever we have downtime.
Yeah. Like literally there'll be downtime moments, I think, where like Septimus, you'll like hold up a spoon and be like, spoon. And he'll be like, spoon, eating device for liquids, right? But anyway, right now though, Sass, from over your shoulder, you just hear in the like most like gossipy voice ever, you just hear Colum from behind you be like, oh, is this a bit of trouble in paradise I'm seeing here? A little bit of a ring, a row, one might say.
No, and it's none of your fucking business. We've got it handled.
Oh, lassie, everything's my business.
Nope.
In Stony Heath.
Nope.
I'm the lift
not
man.
this. Yes, but we're not having this conversation on the lift. We're having it on our way back. Thank you very much.
Oh, are you sure about that? The lift is a great place. It can be.
I have a
it can
fucking
bring
system. You
people
don't mess with
together.
the fucking system. No. No.
All right, how long are we waiting for your friend Jaquette?
I don't know.
Throwing off the lift schedule, lass.
Just take it down. We'll wait for the next
No,
one.
look, there he is. He's coming. He's coming.
I like to
Sorry.
imagine
Look,
that.
hurry the fuck up. Let's go.
I like to imagine Jaquette, like after he got out of the view of the party and now he's re-entering the view. He was running, but at all other times he was just walking.
Yep, 100%. 100%.
Ah, it's beautiful.
So he's not
weather
sweating at
today.
all. It's just like
He just kind of trots back. I will say he is proficient in athletics, so he's not a total schmuck.
Yeah, he's also
But he
got
tried
Let's
to
go.
his
I'm
feline
waiting
grace.
on you.
Yeah, with
Cats
his
don't sweat.
tabaxi. pastry box as he goes, apologies. I just had to go see Lucy about a bread. Huh? He says as he looks over at Colm.
Who's grinning and nodding and then looks at your boss and goes, oh, did you get one of the better things there, right? She's actually quite talented.
I know she is. I could tell by her craft, and going forward, I don't think anyone in Stony Heath will have to worry about sawdust in their bread.
Oh.
The guild saw to that. He says, kind of making eyes to everyone like, huh? The guild, huh?
You see Colm immediately doesn't 100% get that and goes, you're part of the Bakers Guild? Jacquette's part of the Bakers Guild?
I'm part of every guild that's under the sun. Part of every guild under the sun.
What a virtuoso. Bard, Baker.
There's a schedule, Colm, isn't there? Wasn't I just throwing it off a second ago?
Oh, you're right. You're so right. Get on the lift. It's a copper each. And you see, you all get on it, and Colm just looks at the Modron and goes, what are you? I'm a Modron. Fair enough. It's copper for the toy man as well.
The toy man?
Septimus will cover it.
All right. Keep your arms inside the lift at all times. Here we go. Oh, is that the one with the browned butter mixed in? Oh, yeah.
It's very good. It's very good.
Yeah,
Would you like a bite?
If you're offering...
Yes. Oh, fuck.
Sorry, this is an A to B conversation, Saskia, so please
see your way out of it. I've heard that one many times. Yes, I got it. Thank you very much.
He breaks a piece off and offers it to Colm.
Colm eats it. Go ahead.
I was imagine he just gossips with Colm about other people.
Absolutely.
And like mentions like everything about Atticus and like, you know, talks about like Anders and gets the scoop on Anders.
Yeah, he 100% like you learn in this moment, Stefan Jacquet, that if you give Colm food and ask about any individual, he will tell you everything about that individual he knows.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, Anders, yeah. You know, I find myself in the Rats Cup every few weeks now. Every now and then, really great dancing goes on there at night if you go at the right hours. Anders is a good fellow, though. Probably doesn't... He's wasted on that club, though. I always said he could do his own thing. He could be a great bartender. But,
well, between you and me, Atticus is opening up some new mayoral loans, I believe. And I put in a good word for Anders. I think his whole experience... Name of the tavern, maybe. The experience. You go, you get a nice drink, you have a nice place to stay. Anything that's fucking better than the Hero's Scroll. I mean...
Oh, you don't like the Hero's Scroll?
It's fine.
I go there every year for my birthday.
Isn't it fucking great? Had that birthday celebration.
You really get the kingly treatment when you go there. That's just great, man.
I put it.
Oh, I've got 30 of those.
30?
Wow. Go every year.
You keep them every year?
Of course I do. The tradition around this town.
Great. Yeah.
So everybody in this town has got the amount of crowns as they...
If you know who you are, or I guess if you're anybody worth their salt. But Anders, though, I should say the man has a pretty crippling gambling addiction.
Huh, makes two of them.
Don't we all?
Well, looks like we've arrived at the bottom of the lift.
Oh, thank fuck.
Hope you enjoyed your time with the lift man. Toy man.
Go swimming.
Have a good one. Big man. Looks to Sal. You as well. Hope you enjoyed your time in Stony Heath. Can't wait for you to return. I'll be here. Unless I die.
Next time, Combs. Die?
Like me, Pappy.
Yeah,
Anyway.
But you're like the best lift man I've ever heard. I'm sure your Pappy just got too old, you know. You slip with age.
It is the fate of the lift man to age out of your own lift. Anyway, bye. As he pulls a curtain and closes the lift.
Amazing.
Remember, keep your hands in the lift all the time, buddy.
That's
I'll
how
see
me
you on the
happy
boat.
died. Anyway. Y'all can get on board. Sass, I know you wanted to take a dip in the water, swim around a little bit.
Just to rinse off.
It is nice to feel the cold of the water again, to smell the salt in the air, and to feel the general rhythm of the ocean, as you feel a sense of rejuvenation from it all.
Great.
You do get a weird percolating in the back of your head that does seem to suggest that you might want to try licking Monodron, just to see.
No, I'm not licking the toy man.
It's not that no one's saying lick the toy man. You just feel a slight desire an intrusive thought of I should lick the toy man.
Got it. So I'll think about it for a second as I'm like scrubbing the blood off my arm. Huh. No, fuck, no. Continue.
And you all can get onto the ship and find the captain to let him know that it's time to go. And I think that's where we'll take a quick break. All right, folks, we'll be back in 5-ish minutes. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll be back soon.
You're welcome.
bad.
Welcome back, everybody, to Adrift in Aldhalor. Our heroes have spent the morning saying their goodbyes to Stony Heath, collecting a reward from the mayor for having taken out the cutters and their leader, or those that were in the mine, and dealing with the Ardunai threat. And now they're on the ship to head back on the utterly seaworthy, on their way back to Hyven. The gangplank has been pulled up, the anchor lifted as the ship starts to carefully make its way away from the coastline of Stony Heath. You can see it, the great high cliffs sort of clouded up above, fogged a little bit, as you see beyond the open ocean awaits, or at least the open bay of this area, as you are all somewhat a little bit maybe afraid of the open ocean.
I'm not. This is great.
Anyway, the ship is abuzz with work, as you all are at the top deck. What would you all like to do?
Right. We've got shit to sort out. Let's go. And I hook Septimus's good arm. I hook Fearn, and I start pulling him, and I call over my shoulder, "Let's go. You're coming too. Everybody's a part of this."
Me as well.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you can be a part of it. This is good. You can write this down. I have this system for solving conflict, and I think it should be preserved. So yeah, you come and you pay close fucking attention. Yeah?
Excellent.
Right. Come on. And we go downstairs. I would like to go to the cargo hold, and I would like to find 6 crates, and I would like to arrange them in a circle.
Okay. Easy enough. There are so many crates down there.
Right. So you all just there's so many.
Fionn's just got his hand like this, and he's just sitting patiently waiting, watching what you're doing, and just looks bored as hell.
I imagine Feared is also sitting on the smallest crate.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I definitely don't get all of the same size crate. I just find the first 6 that are around, and I push them into a rough circle, and I say, "Right, Fearn, you sit here. Septimus, sit there across from him. The other 2, I don't care where you sit, just sit." And I wait for everybody to sit.
I'm already sitting.
I'll do what she says, just arms crossed.
I sit on the crate that has booze in it, because I know which one has booze in it.
Yes, you find one that has bottles of wine in it.
Good. Okay, great. And then I will.
And where should I sit?
Not this one, because that's where I'm sitting. So sit on the other one that's left.
Oh, I'm sorry. You just only mentioned that.
6.
Yes, but you didn't tell me where to sit.
Oh, there. Dark toy boy.
Toy boy is now your nickname.
No, toy man. Toy man, not toy boy.
I don't like that. I don't know why. I've learned too much.
So once they're all seated, I will take my satchel off of my bag, and I will start pulling random things out. First thing that comes out, I'm rummaging. First thing comes out is my boomerang. No. And then the next thing that comes out is
she has a boomerang?
Is a goblet that used to have jewels in it, but it doesn't anymore. And I just kind of toss that over my shoulder, and then I reach in again, and a candle holder comes out, and it's all. Is
Jacquette's mage hand just catching all of this stuff?
All the stuff.
He catches things and looks at them, and I think the goblet, he's like, wait, this is actually nice silver. I'm gonna hold on to this.
And as I'm still rummaging, don't you fucking pocket anything. I have an inventory. I want it back.
Puts it nicely next to her.
Thank you. And then I was like, where the fuck is it? And I will then just dump out the rest of my bag, and there's some stale bread in there. There's a moldy turnip. There is an ivory game piece that's just like covered in barnacles that tumbles out, and like a really moldy deck of cards, and a metal whistle that's got like seaweed coming out of it.
My
And then
lord, Sass, how do you
finally-
live your life this
And
disorganized?
then, shush! And then
Some moldy lemons.
yes, some moldy lemons, some eyes of newt.
Some
They go
ants
scattering
cupcakes.
across the floor. So yeah,
Some
then,
sea
aha!
ants.
sea ants. And
They're
finally,
actually sea lice. It's a big problem.
gross. Sea lice.
Why do I feel so itchy?
And
Wouldn't
then
that just
I
be-
finally
Crabs.
Entirely around.
Continue, Sats.
there is one little crab that scurries away. I finally hold up a spork. It's not a spoon. It's not a fork. It's a spork. And I'm holding
The heck
it.
is that?
This is our talking piece.
It's a
And,
spork.
It's a talking piece for right now. And you don't have it, so shut the fuck up. And
Toyman looks at Septimus. Spork, a new utensil.
You don't have it either, Toyman. The way this works. And I just leave all my shit on the floor and I sit on my crate. If you're holding it, you get to talk. If you're not holding it, you listen. Pretty simple directions. This system never fails. Never. All right? As long
Minor
as
illusions, a similar spork into his hand, and Jacquet goes, "Oh, look, I have the spork now. Can I talk?"
No, let me show you actually how it works, Jacquet. And I kind of like wave. I imagine you're like sitting next to me, so I just like wave through the illusion and it like dissipates. Here. Actually, no, not yet. Fuck. Haven't done this in a while. Jacquet, I think that you're a fucking asshole, but you're very useful and resourceful. And I appreciate you for that. And then I hand you the spork and I look at you expectantly.
Thanks.
Perfect. You did it. Excellent. So now...
Fearn steals the spork.
Nope. No, you don't steal the spork. The spork is passed to you. Got it? Now I'm going to give you 30 seconds, a minute. I don't know how long you fucking need. I want you to think about what you want to say to the other person. I want you to be honest. I want you to... I don't want you to say things like... Well, I want you to use I statements. All right? I don't want you to go at them like, you did this and you did... No, that's not how the system works. You are going to say what you're feeling, what you're thinking. You're going to lay it all out there, lay your cards down, as he would say, gesturing to Jacquet, and just put it all out there.
Why
all
would
right?
you lay your cards down? Then they can
You
see
don't
your
have the
hand.
fucking spork. Shut up. And then once you're done, whoever wants to go first, the other person will take a turn. But you don't fucking talk if you don't have the spork. Are you ready? There you go. And I pass it to
I snatch the spork as quickly as possible.
Respect the spork, Fearn.
Alright, let's see if I got this right. No I statements, right? So,
No, only I statements.
I got the spork.
Yes, but as the spork wielder, I have special permission.
I guess I
I'm-
did ask
Doesn't
you a
seem
question.
very
That's
fair.
my bad.
Shh,
Shut up!
shush!
Well,
so go ahead,
this-
Fearn, talk to Septimus. What do you want to tell him?
well,
What are you pissed about?
I'm pissed he's been lying to us and doesn't tell us what he's really thinking, and how are we supposed to work as a team if he can't be honest with us. And then I think that was sort of a betrayal when he attacked me out of nowhere, when all I was trying to do was help him out.
I see you, Bruce. Wait.
Alright, so I can explain myself now, right?
Please, you've got the spork.
So we've all heard about this golden angel thing in Hyven that was killing people, whether it was justified or not. and we connected that somehow to this weird metal. Then we come here and we see similar stuff, and that immediately pulls off triggers for me saying that it's dangerous. What is the thing doing over there?
It's taking notes.
Does it
It's-
have to?
Yes, and it's following the directions. It doesn't have the spork, so it's not talking.
I would
Continue.
feel more comfortable if it wasn't here. Well, whatever. I'm gonna keep going.
Keep going.
Well, he said he wasn't religious, but when he attacked me, he said I would make whatever. Wait, well, let me find. I wrote his actual words down here somewhere. Well, he
Septimus,
said
are you paying
something along.
attention?
Septimus said something along the lines of,
It's not your
I
turn
would,
yet. Wait.
I would remove his favor. You're leaving the man's favor, or the creature's. I don't know if he was talking about the creature or what, but why would we care if this is some sort of dangerous killing machine? All I saw was my friend got his arm evaporated, and then I needed to protect him, so I fought the thing. It only makes logical sense for me to do what I did, and I got attacked for that. He tried to manipulate my mind into whatever. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't resist it. And now everybody just calls me the bad guy because I retaliated after he wouldn't explain himself.
Okay. Bruce has been waiting. Give it to Bruce. Then Bruce, you give it to Septimus.
But I want to keep going.
You need to take a break and let the other people talk. You can have another turn, but other people need to talk. Give it to Bruce.
Okay.
So there's a little bit of details in there that you kind of missed. First of all, you abandoned us, and enemies came directly towards us, and Saskia was on the floor, and I was exposed, and Saskia was bleeding, and I couldn't get to her. I was stuck in a corner. Also, order of operations is off, in which we saw everything, and you attacked a crystal, a stationary crystal, and assumed that there was this dangerous thing inside of there. Yes, it blew up Septimus's arm, but there was much bigger threat outside, and it was not cool. Leaving us, and then Septimus told you to stop attacking the crystal, and you didn't stop, and so he tried to either protect you by stop attacking the crystal, and you still didn't listen. So he felt like he needed to use force, just like you do for whenever you want something.
So
Use
I'm gonna
force.
pause. I'm gonna pause you right there for a minute, Bruce. I love everything you're saying, but let Septimus speak for himself. Yeah.
I'm just saying that I
Good.
felt
Yes.
abandoned.
Great. Wonderful.
I didn't like him hitting Septimus in the back. Or
Fearn, do you hear that?
not talking.
Do you hear that? Just a simple nod. You don't have the spork.
Hang
All right. You pass it to Septimus. It's your turn.
Firstly, I'm confused as to what I've been lying about. And you could tell, you could elaborate when you get, I guess, this back. I don't feel that I am trusted in Fearn's eyes, and what you just said. And perhaps in the moment I
Bruce,
acted rashly.
Too quieter.
Perhaps in the moment I acted too rashly. I was trying to hold you, Fearn. That was all. After my warnings
Alex, mute your mic.
of what was inside.
I'm sorry, Mike. Go ahead.
Despite my warnings and me urging you. God damn it, Alex!
Oh, I'm sorry.
She said it like 5 times.
I was so distracted.
By his chips.
Literally, it's so loud. I really couldn't hear you guys.
All right, so Septimus, you're not
Septimus
sure
yells
what
at
you were being
Bruce,
dishonest about.
who was chewing on candy.
Yeah.
No, I'm yelling at the other Bruce, the dog that's chewing on a bone. Be like, stop.
That's right, Bruce the dog.
Where was I?
You said that you were unsure that you.
No, despite the warnings that I had made to Fionn about trusting me and trusting the artifact.
Oh, you don't feel
I held
trusted.
him.
That's what you said.
I don't feel trusted. I'd like to know what I've been lying about. And to Bruce's point, that was my concern in the immediate moment as well. We were fighting the cutters. Boris was cutting us down by the second. But the attention was fixated on the vessel. I will say that it may be hard to trust also, but I will assure you that I will at least not quote unquote attack you again, as I see it's something that I cannot win. Kind of like rubbing the back of his head.
Is that all?
For now.
Fionn, your turn.
I appreciate the fact that you won't fight with me anymore. I want that too. And I want to trust you as well. But you can't ask me what you've been lying about. You have to tell me, because I don't know.
Well, what is it that you're confused about, Fionn?
I'm confused about... First of all, whatever Bruce said was completely off base.
Say more about that. What exactly was off base about it? Be specific.
Septimus said, "Stop! You're leaving. You're doing this to leave this creature or this man's favor." I don't know what that means, but I didn't take it as a good enough reason to stop what I was doing. This thing had attacked my friend. I don't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't good. And I figured if I could somehow disable it or disarm it, I could have been a bomb for all I know, but I figured if I could get through that shell and we could use it maybe as a... I didn't know what it was, but I figured this was the solution that I had thought up of. It was the heat of the moment, and I thought that maybe if we got our hands on the artifact, we can escape and not have to kill everyone in this room. Then things escalated, but maybe it wasn't the right idea to do. But the only person who said anything to me was Septimus, and he didn't give me a good reason to stop what I was doing.
What would have been a good reason for you then, Fionn? If it
Help
wasn't what
me?
Septimus said.
Or just something like what Bruce said, you know? If he said, help, I'm being abandoned, or I need assistance, or that's not important right now, that would have been enough. But he mentioned something. He said that I would be leaving somebody's favor. And that kind of pissed me off, because I don't know what he's talking about. And if I knew about whatever he was talking about earlier, maybe I would have been able to get the drop on, the real threat.
So let me see the spork.
I give it to you.
So here's what I'm hearing from all three of you. And Jacquette, I'll give you a chance in a moment if you have anything to add. I'm hearing Fionn, you're feeling that you didn't get a good enough explanation from Septimus to stop what you were doing. and you felt that you were doing the right thing by trying to stop the thing that exploded his arm. Is that right?
Yep.
Right. Bruce, you're feeling like Fearn didn't have the right objective. He should have been looking out for his teammates instead of focusing on the artifact so hard. Do I have that right? You can talk without the spork. I have the spork. I'm wielding the spork. You have permit. Great.
Yeah, it did make it assumed the worst. He didn't. I didn't know what Septimus was talking about either. So.
Right. Okay.
I still had Septimus's best interest and safety.
As well as mine, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Septimus, you are not... you feel like you haven't been dishonest, and you feel like Fearn was also going for the wrong objective in there. Is that right? And you also... I'm sorry, I missed a big piece of that. You don't feel like Fearn trusts you.
No. And I feel like what he heard was misinterpreted because from all this, I was trying to protect you, Fearn. You may not believe it, but what I said was, don't go after the artifact because you will lose favor with it. You saw what it did to those bandits, to the cutters. If you had pissed it off, I was afraid it was going to hurt you as well.
Okay. Now, Septimus, what do you need from Fearn to feel like he trusts you? What would suffice? And I give you the spork. Take it. It's your turn to talk. Hold it. Don't fuck with the system. It works.
Respect the spork.
You respect the spork.
Shut up.
I don't know. I don't think I'm the right person to ask. I think we need to know what I could do to make Fearn trust me.
Okay, that's something we could discuss later. Jacques, do you have anything to... Oh, sorry. Finish up.
But no, that's all I have to say.
Okay, give me the spork. Septimus, give me the spork. Fucking respect it, Jesus Christ. Jacques, do you have anything to add?
Merci. I would just like to say that we don't have to trust each other. That's a load of bullshit. What we need to do is trust in the system. The system is Septimus is the brains. Fearn, you're the brawn. I'm the looks. Bruce is the support, and Saskia's the wild card. We all have our roles to fill in this group. Now, when the brains is telling the brawn to do something, the brawn should listen. But when the brains is trying to do something that he shouldn't be trying, like, this analogy is getting away from me, but trust the roles we have. We don't have to necessarily trust each other. I know some of us here, he says, looking pointedly at Sass, don't trust me, but just know that I always have the party's best interest at heart.
I think you make a valid point, and
Thank you.
But I don't think that's all there is. I think there needs to be another level of trust there. There's the surface level of, yes, we've got the rules. But I think if we're going to work together as a party, and I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, if we're going to work together as a party, we need to have some level of trust beyond just the roles that we play. That doesn't mean you have to tell everyone your deepest, darkest secrets. But I think we've been together for long enough now. I think we deserve a little bit of honesty between all of us, yeah?
Which part weren't we honest about? I mean, I've been pretty upfront with.
I wasn't
everybody.
talking to anyone in particular. I was just for. Well, I guess I was. It was between the two of them that feel like there's dishonesty between them.
Yeah. All right. Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Me too. I feel like I've said.
if I'm missing something, I don't know what I'm missing.
And we'll
So-
tell you, Bruce. We'll tell you.
Well, thank you, Saskia, and I will too.
Also, it's Saskia, not sauce. I'm not a sauce. Saskia.
It's just my accent. I'm sorry.
Wow, Sass, really?
Bruce, you would feel a tapping on your arm from the monodrone as he's holding his hand out for the Spork.
Spork. There you go.
Unbelievable power this Spork has. Although the Tabaxi seems immune.
He's
Question.
not.
Is it usual for companions, as you called each other, Jacquet Touchard, Tabaxi, adventuring group, friends, too strong word, I heard, to use
you.
mind-altering magic on each other that fights with the very autonomy of the individual?
You gotta
No.
direct your question towards somebody, otherwise, the stick doesn't work.
It's a sport. It's.
If we could just leave the Spork thing now, I'd
No.
just like to say that
No.
the
You may not
monodrone
leave the
does raise a good point.
The
and one
monodrone
that
hands the Spork to
Take the fucking
Jacquet.
Spork, Jacquet.
Mage hand takes it. And
Although
holds
you're
it,
immune, you must take this.
He's not fucking immune. He's just not following the system.
I think we should agree, and at this he is looking directly at Septimus, not to use mind control magic against one another.
Septimus reaches his hand out.
And the mage hand brings it over.
As I said, I admit that was a mistake on my part. You have my word, for whatever it's worth, looking at Fearn, that I will not do anything like that again.
Fantastic. See? Problem solved. Look at that.
Respect the fucking Spork, or I'm kicking
Okay.
you out of the circle.
Okay, please. Kick me out.
Get the fuck out then. If you're not going to use the Spork, go. I can't. You're
Jacquet
fucking with the
gets
system.
up and just stands right outside the circle and goes, "Ooh, I'm outside the circle. What are you gonna do?"
The monodrone just keeps pointing at Bruce.
Bruce.
Yeah. So mind altering. All right. So let's say, hypothetically, someone
Are you fucking
gets,
kidding me?
someone gets their arm blown off, and I want to protect them, and I want to just send them to the other side of the room so nothing more happens. Is that okay, or should I just let them die?
Who are you
Rude.
asking?
I teleported Septimus to get him out of harm's way.
I wouldn't
That's
consider
not
that mind. Oh
mind-altering.
my goodness, I'm immune.
No,
And
nobody
so
is
he
immune to the fucking
learns.
Sport. Oh my gosh.
All right. So
It's
I
crumble-
can
it's
write
Spatial
down the
manipulation
list
is
of
a bit different
spells.
than mind-altering magic.
It's
All
true.
right.
Under the school of enchantment.
Very good. So no suggestions, no command person, no dominate person, none of that bullshit.
But
You
I'm
know what I'm
still-
talking about.
inflicting my ideas upon this person of what they need to do or what they should do.
Altering their autonomous self.
All right. So, like, if I just sent, Jacquet up a few levels, that would be okay with everybody.
I think so.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. Not gonna do it.
Oh, fuck.
Even the monodrone looks a little upset because he was excited to see it happen.
Let me have the Spork. Fearn.
I take the Spork. I've said my piece.
Fantastic.
So Sean, I actually had a question for you because
Sure.
things got out of way, but specifically when Septimus was talking about the saying that he was talking about the android or the automaton, he had changed his words to what from what Fearn remembers. Like he was trying to explain himself, but Fearn was under the impression that he wasn't talking about the
automaton
creature itself. Like it sounded like he was doing it, like just the way things were positioned. It didn't seem that way to Fearn. It seemed like he was stunned with this, effect that had just destroyed his arm. And it sounded like he was speaking gibberish. It didn't seem like he was being logical.
I mean, I would say he definitely didn't have. He didn't have a
I don't know
clear
if that warrants a check,
eyes.
is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, like Septimus in the moment probably was a little less that is what he said, but it may have sounded different in the moment when his eyes were bewildered at the machine, his arm had just exploded. There's plenty of reasons why Fearn might take that in an off way. But if you have a clarification there, Septimus.
I honestly don't recall exactly what I said, but it was essentially.
Well, I'll tell you that.
You perceiving it could have been right because it could have been me just messing up.
Contextually, I can say confidently that what you said was in that vein. It was like, don't attack it; you will fall out of its favor. You did say something along those lines, but they were in so many words that in the heat of a moment, like Fearn easily, especially with the look you had on your face, could easily have latched onto just the favor part of that statement and the way that you had been sort of talking about or approaching this whole thing. Because you definitely did say fall out of its favor in some form that was not in a very, like, I wouldn't say it was like in a very clear-cut way in that moment. That was definitely like, wait, hold. It was more like the spirit of what you said, though, is what you said.
Yeah, it was. It could have been. It was manic.
Yeah, right. But you did say you will fall out of its favor.
Yeah, yes, that I do remember.
So Fearn, I don't know how you can, how Fearn will take that information is up to you, Clay.
Okay. Fearn just says, I've said my piece. I think Septimus crossed the line, and he says he won't do it again, but I think, it wasn't warranted, and he won't really tell us why he did it. So I lost a little faith in him.
Have you asked him?
I've thought about it. I explained that I spoke with the creature, the one that's with us right now. I spoke with it. I knew what was inside. Yes,
You didn't tell me that at all. Plus, I have the stick. You didn't say any of that to me.
It's a spork.
You said nothing after the fight when I asked what the hell was that.
This is the first time we're speaking.
You walked away without saying it. This is the first time we're talking about it, right? So, explain it. I hand him the stick.
Spork.
What I was trying to address in the heat of the moment is that I knew that what was ever inside the chamber was on our side. And you attacking it frightened me that it would upset it and cause it to turn on us. That is what I was trying to get my point across. That is what I meant. It may not have came out that way, but that was my intention. And that's why I held you. It's because I didn't want you upsetting the creature that was inside and causing it to turn and attack us.
Septimus, even though that's not what you intended, you understand why Fearn is upset.
Yes, I broke his trust by invading or attempting to penetrate his mind.
And Fearn, even though you thought you were doing what was best and you were protecting your friend, you see why Septimus did what he did.
Yeah. Now that he's explained himself, I can see why he wouldn't be to stop.
Okay. I have the Spork. Give it to Toyman first.
Thank you. Although I am immune to it, I will follow these
You're not immune to it. No one's immune
processes.
to it. There's a system.
He looks at you and here's the trail off, and there does seem to be, like, for a moment on his face, like, he does seem to feel bad about that. This may not be relevant towards your current conversation, though it does seem to have come to a satisfying conclusion. It sounds like you were fighting a sentinel mode of a Modron who has been implanted here. I apologize if I hurt any of you. But normally I'd be able to recall all of that. I can't. I don't remember anything that you said, and I should know exactly every point of what happened that day. I thought you might want to know that. And hands the Spork to Sass.
Damn it.
That is helpful information. Thank you. I feel we're kind of losing the point of the Spork a little bit, so I want to wrap this up. And anyway, it sounds like there was just, in the heat of the battle, there was miscommunication, which is why I was saying what I was saying about a level of trust between all of us. That's more than just the roles that we serve, which, Jacquette, I do think that was a valid point. Yes, we have those roles, but if we're going to move forward, I think a little more transparency might be needed. Yeah? Looking pointedly at each of them for some sort of acknowledgement. And better armor.
I imagine she says a little transparency and everybody in the party just looks away.
And on that note, yes, better armor. I'm sorry I keep fucking going down and I'm fucking useless in the battles. I'm working on it. That's why I need to go fucking...
Not useless. You take all the hits for us. It's very kind, actually.
It's not what... Okay. I'm going to put my stuff away now, because I've reached my limit of the Spork. I can only do a little Spork every day. So I'm just going to gather, it just very awkwardly starts putting all of her stuff that she left on the floor back in.
Oh, there's so much.
There's so much. So much. And it's all covered in barnacles and seaweed and just mold and crap. I grab the crab that crawled away and shove it back in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go. I'm going up. I need to go do some work or something. Because doing the Spork system, it's a lot. So I'll just... Bye. And I just...
Hey, Saskia.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure. I hope it was helpful.
Saskia. It pretty much worked.
Good. And I go and help with some work or something.
Bruce gets off the crate that he was under, and he just pulls out a crowbar because he's got one in his bag, cracks it open. Wine?
Oh, please.
Hey.
Of course. I want one.
You know I don't partake.
Yeah.
What a wet blanket.
Septimus will get up and he'll walk over to Fearn and like
The kiss.
The kiss.
reach out a hand and be like, oh, he reach out his only hand. Partners still?
Fearn reaches his hand out and grabs his and gives him a very firm handshake and says, "Yeah, we're still a clan members. Just remember what that means to me."
I will try to communicate more effectively, being the brain of the group. There's a lot to take in that moment.
I could imagine.
As I'll turn around, like, oh, go ahead.
No, you just watch where you're going with that thing over there.
I feel like there's a lot to learn. But, very well. As I'll turn into Sal, like, come, Sal. There's some work I want to do.
Sal,
As I go down to the... Are we on the lowest level already? Or where
Currently you're
where
on the lowest
cots
level.
are? Well, then I'll ask to move over to wherever the cots are, or whatever.
Yeah, that's just
And
one level.
set up a if there's a desk, spread out, move some papers, and
Yeah, you can definitely make a little station.
begin doing some artificing work.
Artificing.
Artificing.
Excellent. The little mono drone absolutely followed Sass while Sass was walking away, going, "This Spork system, tradition amongst your people of conflict resolution?"
You know what? I just knew how to do it.
Okay. Interesting. What does that mean?
It means that I felt what was right in here, and it made sense up here, and I just followed
Heart.
it. Yeah.
Interesting. And mind. Anima.
It's important to keep. I even though I don't know where it started, I know that keeping a clear mind is part of it. When you're running the Spork system, you've got to keep a clear mind. That's why I had to step away, because it was starting to get a little. Oof.
This section is not prescribed. I will have to write this down.
Huh. I can tell you more about the. I'll tell you exactly how it works. Just come with me. I've got to go. I don't know, swab the deck. I don't know. Come and I'll talk to you.
Swab the deck. And he follows you.
Jaquette, where's my cut? I know you've got the reward.
Sal brought it. Didn't you see the chest he had?
It's at that moment you look outside and on the dock. Out.
Oh no!
Sal's just holding the chest up like, ah!
Jaquette just procures an what are they called? The abacus? The
Abacus.
Abacus.
A sextant?
Yeah. No? For math.
The abacus.
Abacus, yeah.
Abacus. And he goes, by my calculations, 2,000 divided by... How many of us are there? 5?
Yes.
It's 400 silver each. So everyone take your amount. And Sass spent
I know,
50 of that.
350. Yep, I know.
Okay. And I just want to tell you, and then Jacques is going to tell Fieran all about the great lie he told to the mayor to get the extra 500 silver, and he bought it too. Can you believe it?
It's a shame you didn't go to the Aradunai and try and eke more money out of them.
I don't really think they're much to have silver and gold. Probably would have gotten a fucking stick or something and been told like, oh, the spirits will... Sorry, I don't mean to belittle the spirits in front of you. But you know the Aradunai, they're a little...
The Aradunai, I don't know about, really. honestly, the ones that we fought with seemed very not capable, but Fiora's pretty famous. She probably has some cash on her.
Yeah, well, I don't think Fiora's gonna really like us just getting out of Stony Heath like that, taking the artifact with us.
Yeah, what happened there? Like, weren't we gonna help her? I thought
Well,
we all agreed to that before we went through everything.
we'd agreed to allow her to take the artifact and inspect it in a safe environment. I don't think we really accounted that the artifact would be a sentient creature, and, you know, I think for brevity's sake, we just kind of fucked off because, you know, it's what we do best.
I'm not sure Modron is or Monodrone in this case. Toy man really will stay put for her. Anyway, so.
Do you think it'll stay put for us? I mean, you guys are just letting it walk around. If it catches wind that we're gonna be giving it up to the governor or whatever we plan to do with it.
I don't think we plan to do anything. We're gonna get our silver and move on to the next gig. That's what adventurers do.
Well, do we know if it's dangerous or not? What did it tell you guys?
You could probably ask it yourself and it'll tell you. It loves to talk. But on that note, actually, and then like looking over to make sure that Septimus is kind of distracted with Sal and the.
So they'd be at if you guys stayed at the bottom, you're on a different level.
I think
you would have gone up one level.
Okay, I think we're all like just sitting around sipping like wine. And,
yeah,
you know, Jacquet looks at the other two.
Like you're like behind a dumpster drinking wine, basically.
Between the three of us, I think we've got some research to do, and by us I mean you, he says, pointing to Bruce, about this whole Primus guy.
Yeah, I am kind of concerned about the grand goal.
They were talking about bringing balance and order to the cosmos.
That doesn't sound so bad.
Well, who's it dictated by, and what does that exactly mean? Balance could mean a lot of things.
You know, there's, you know, I don't know. I've always understood it as like fundamental forces of the universe. There's chaos and order. And if there's too much chaos, then order will come to rein it in. And if there's too much order, chaos. But, you know, I don't know. I could just be waxing poetically about this. But if one of them completely takes over, I think that would be the end of existence as we know it. Because we're not orderly guys, you know?
I believe that
I don't know.
Order's a good thing. It's just whoever has the most power is the one who's gonna choose between order and chaos.
I mean, like, this is order on a scale that we don't understand, kind of thing. I mean, look, I gotta look at that thing's little book. It's some kind of celestial dialect. We're talking about beings from the other planes, beings that are much more powerful than what we encounter here on Aradun.
So why are we involving ourselves with it if it's something so powerful? Shouldn't we just destroy it or throw it off?
There are like 35 million, or was that the number?
365 million.
Damn it.
360 million, excuse
me.
Yeah,
so killing one won't really help us in the grand scheme. It's just kind of auditing, and there's going to be more than just the one here.
I think it's less about destroying it and learning what exactly it plans to do.
Right.
I'm not really sure what you guys are talking about. If you want me to leave it alone, that's fine. I just think it's a lot of money that we're missing out on.
Well, we don't know if we'd actually get anything from it.
I mean, everybody wants it. They were just talking about it. We went to that, you know.
No, they wanted
Yeah,
the
but
artifact.
Right, and they don't know what
Isn't-
it is.
We tell them it's the artifact. I think it's a pretty convincing.
I mean, we could just say,
artifact to
like
me.
this wood plank on the ground right here. That's an artifact.
I understand what you're
do
saying.
What you want. We
Fjern.
could do that. I mean, if you think we could convince them that wood plank is an artifact, absolutely, I'm all for that.
No,
Look,
I think that's a great idea.
No, okay. We're getting a little away from this. If I've learned
Flash
anything,
cut to Fjern and Bruce painting a plank of wood.
if I learned anything from our encounter with the storm elemental, it's that some things you just don't mess with.
Right.
And with this monodrone, I just don't think we mess with it. We learn from it, we learn with it, but otherwise we leave it be. Unless
I'm
it
gonna-
is aggressive, and then Fjern, fuck it up.
All right. I mean, it was aggressive once, but it seems pretty tame now. I suppose I can let it go, but maybe don't tell it too much information.
Oh, by the way, Fjern, I meant to give this to you. And Jacquet, out of nowhere, I don't know, produces Boris's greatsword. That has some minor magicalness to it, and he goes, "I don't know what kind of magic it has. Tapping into the weave as I can. I kind of sense something, but I think you could use it better than me."
I mean, if you want, I could tell you.
Oh, okay. Bruce, identify it, but let's make sure Fjern actually keeps this one, okay?
Oh yeah. No, this one doesn't look like it's like it's pure magical, not anything sort of.
I don't know,
Modular.
Gloveless. You don't have a really great track record with gifts, and
What do you mean?
I mean, I put the mask on.
I don't know. I still think that we actually haven't had anything negative happen yet, and it's helped you, hasn't it? Huh?
I did have that weird dream again last night.
I'm sure it'll pass. I'll ask Andres what it's all about when I get back. When we get back. Well, I don't know if we're all gonna make it back yet. We'll see. Anyways, identify that sword.
Bruce gets out his handy dandy target scanner that he uses on these items.
Yeah. Barcode scanner.
Right?
Yeah. Find the
Get 'em.
enchantment.
This is $39.99. It is I have to make the item and put it in there, but it's essentially a poison greatsword. It deals an extra 1d6 of poison damage. An ever weeping blade, as it always weeps poison.
Oh, I didn't notice that. That's gross.
It's like the treasure chests in Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. It's gonna sink this ship.
Oh no.
We gotta keep bailing.
But yeah, you have this new great sword. You all have talked a bit about this Modrone and what threat or non-threat it might have. Sass, you're up on the top of the deck with the Modrone. The monodrone is just sort of following you, and it's like the crew is like doesn't question you all anymore. Like they're just sort of like, I guess that's what we're accepting now, is weird toy men that follow them around now. We already knew about the big one. I guess it's just a little one now.
But the monodrone has one eye, right?
It does.
That to me doesn't say toy man. That to me says weird eye thing.
That's true. It was really just Colum who said toy man. Other people have probably more so said harsher things in their heads.
Okay,
Like that ugly fucking weird thing following them around because it has ceramic skin too.
Yeah.
That it has lips, everyone. Remember, this thing has ceramic doll
man.
lips, basically.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Thanks. I hate it.
But although Sass, you do notice that like of its like innumerable like plates that make up the circle of it, like you can see it does sparkle a little bit, not just in like the way that the light is sparkling off of the gold plates, but like there's clear like this like bluish white magic that is within it, that it does inundate it, that you can see kind of like the reflection of inside the iris of the big eye. It is ugly for sure. It looks like a creepy doll that has his little angel wings, but he is quite kind, it seems, from the way he talks. But it doesn't really look, other than the gold of the circle, like it doesn't like the thing that it came from, the dark red lights of the sentinel that it came from. They don't look like they're exactly the same thing, though. They look very different. The energy feels different, and I would say the same thing to you, Bruce, that you, like Septimus, connected with the presence within the pillar, and this thing does not radiate that presence. You have a feeling, especially given everything that you've talked to Septimus about briefly here, that this thing's not quite the same thing that you experienced that presence of. And Septimus, while you're working on your station with Sal, you might feel the same way, that this monodrone is not Lacuna. Like, just from the sheer dominating presence of whatever that creature was.
Yeah, again, I was muted. I was like, yes, and he told me that, and I was like, but we'll get there. It's kind of like Septimus's thought.
Exactly, but even in your own little studies here, like this, like you're starting to maybe think on what that presence was, what that you actually made your pseudo agreement with.
Yeah,
was not this thing. Even in the way that he was referencing and saying consistently over and over again, lacuna, 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 a gap, an unfilled space. These are all curious things that wrap in your mind, as this creature knows what the concept of a lacuna is, but maybe not quite what the presence was.
Right.
But, yeah, go ahead.
I mean, actually, no, we're towards the end, so I'll ask it
next time. Okay. So the ship is sailing off, going full course. You have a day and a half journey, as long as you don't stop at any shipwrecks again. As you're going about, this first full day of travel goes by quite well. The wind is with you behind your sails, keeping you moving. Occasionally, those of you who maybe stay up late and look out at the shores might tremble or feel a tension as you think you see the shape of a ship in the fog on the horizon. But you get to the next day without any nighttime interruptions like you did in the first journey. You know that as long as nothing gets in your way, the ship doesn't sink, there's no sirens on the distance, you'll get there in time for Jacquette's performance.
I imagine Jacquette's up on the prow, like, faster, we must make it to Haven for Jackie Touche's sake. And you're all welcome to come, he says, talking to the sailors.
They are all very excited. They're busy at work, but the thing is, they all have such a high opinion of Jacquette because he spent so much time with them on the journey there, that they are all, like, certainly annoyed that you're shouting so loudly near their work, but they are, like, at the same time, like, you know what? Maybe we will go. Maybe we'll all go. That'll be fun, right? We'll all go. As you are a half day's journey from Haven, and you can return to the city that is your, lack of a better home. And that's where we'll end today. We'll pick up as you arrive in Haven next week on our normal regular schedule on Monday nights, and see what happens as this mono drone continues to follow you along into the mean streets of Haven. It's going to be like the most innocent thing in Haven. Like, I'm just here to learn. All right. Come on, kid.
Take it to fight night.
Yeah. Oh, is this how mortals get their aggression out? This is not like the Spork at all. Anyway. I need to get some rest because I'm still sick. Thank you, folks, for joining us. We will see you all next week and beyond. Have a lovely evening. We're going to send a raid on over to the Amphitheater, Duval's channel over there, where him and his friends run some games. I spelled that wrong. But thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
Anytime.
Thanks.
All right, see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.